We do free balloon rides for people, families that come out, and we make our message accessible to people. And that's something our movement needs to be doing. And by the way, when you hear the terms AstroTurf, I had to chuckle a little bit when I think some of the politicians on the left accused our movement of being AstroTurf. Do those folks look like fancy $1,000 suit wearing corporate types to you? What do you think? How about those people? Okay, I'm going to confess. You're hearing it first. That crowd of thousands at the Capitol in Washington, they don't exist. They're all made up. Can't you tell? Those are plastic cutouts right there. Those are one of the World War II veterans, which are one of the most, you can see his baseball cap there. That's in Little Rock, Arkansas. And again, just some of the rallies across the country. That's in Washington on the square. That's another one of the rallies at the Capitol. That's the rally I was talking about the day of the health care vote in Washington. That's looking from behind. See the big blow-up truck there? We were trying to dramatize the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. They're the biggest, most frightening federal regulatory agency in the country. They are. They're terrifying. Do you have stuff like that here? I'm sure you don't. Oh, you do? I'm shocked. Oh, you do. Well, the EPA is unelected. They're unelected bureaucrats. They've never stood for an election in their life. Yet they want to run the lives of American families, farmers, ranchers, businesses. We were seeking some way to dramatize them. So we have a 14-foot high blow-up that says Regulation Reality Tour and Carbon Cops, because we want people to know exactly what these people are trying to do to us in the name of their environmental agenda. And so we go around the country. Look, I'm not saying that we're perhaps lowbrow. Maybe we're the Monty Python of the free market movement. I don't know. But there's a moon bounce on the back of there. Does moon bounce translate? You know, the kids get in, they can jump up and down, moon bounce. The back end of that, so I'll be giving a speech somewhere thinking that we're saving America, and there's 20 kids screaming and jumping up and down the moon bounce at our event. But that brings families out and gets them involved from all walks of life, which is a good thing. That's the EPA Carbon Cop Tour that we're doing across the country on the issue. And then these are the evening night candlelight rallies we do around the country. That's in Annapolis, Maryland. This event's another Code Red event, we called this. Notice all the people wearing red? It was a Code Red event. Code Red meaning, you know, last chance, stop, alert these individuals. And that's some of the ways that we get people involved. We love bus tours. That's our Hands Off Our Healthcare bus tour. See the big red hand on it? Stamping on that? The left, the liberal commentators took to calling that the bloody red hand. Doesn't that sound frightening? The bloody red hand, which I find interesting. It wasn't intended that way, but that's what the left made it out to be. People still loved it. But those are just some of the rallies and the events. Look, by the way, this is interesting. 12,000 people showed up in Madison, Wisconsin last week on tax day. 12,000 people. Now, 12,000 people, that's a lot. Madison, Wisconsin is the heart of the left-wing cause and movement in the United States of America. When you say take your message everywhere to everyone, everywhere, we decided to do a rally in the very heart of their base, Madison, Wisconsin. And you wonder, will people show up? Will folks come out? If you raise the banner of freedom and talk about and animate your ideas and then follow it up with organization and work, you can win. And you can pull out folks like that. And that's in Madison, Wisconsin. We also do town hall meetings. We do these all over the country. This is in Wisconsin as well, Wausau, Wisconsin. And we have honest-to-goodness debates. I was noticing the debate you had here within the party yesterday. We invite members of Congress from both parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. And obviously, most of the time, the Democrats disagree with us on these issues. But we want to have the ideas brought to the forefront. What better way than to say, look, let's have open exchanges of ideas. Anyone gets in. We do not only allow our people in. We say to the public, whether you're on the left, the right, whether you're free market, big government, come to these town hall meetings. Let's have an all-out debate on the ideas, and let's see who wins. Because we're confident we will win these kind of town hall meetings. So we do these all over the country as well. The last thing I'll mention is this. Growing up, I grew up in a little town called Lyman, South Carolina. My father never went to university. He drove a bus most of his life. My mother did not finish grade school, actually, or through the 12th grade in the United States. She worked the 4 p.m. to midnight shift for many, many years. And my favorite time of day as a young kid, when I was 12, 13 years old, was an odd time of day. It was after midnight. I don't know if that translates or not, but after midnight, late at night, because I knew that after midnight, my mom was going to come home. And I was her baby son, her youngest, her spoiled baby boy, the youngest of 4. And so I would take, she worked on a concrete floor, no air conditioning in a very hot South Carolina summer where we grew up. And her feet would hurt. She would be in these steel-toed shoes, not much support. So I would, being her baby boy, I would heat up water on the stove for her. And when she came in about 12:20 at night, I would sit that water down, boiling hot water. She would take off those steel-toed shoes, sit down in the chair in our little tiny living room, and she would put her feet in there, and I would just talk to my mom. And my mom would say things to me that I've always remembered. She would say, "Son, it does not matter where you begin. What matters is where you end." And she may not have been educated, but what powerful words. It's something we call the American dream. She would say, "Son, it doesn't matter where you grow up. It doesn't matter where you go to school. It doesn't matter what your background. You live in the United States of America. You can make anything come true. You can dream any dream, and you can make it come true because you live here, because freedom lives here." And I would listen to her, and I would think about that, and I believed it. And she would always say, "One day, son, you're going to get a coat and tie job." That's what she called it, a coat and tie job. So 25 years later, I guess, I don't know, maybe I have a coat and tie. I guess I have a coat and tie job. And today, and just to back up, all 4 of her children did something that she and my dad didn't do. We went to university. We paid our own way, and we went to university. And we went out and we made our dreams come true. And today, I have 4 children. The youngest is 12, the oldest is 19. And I fervently tell them exactly what my mom told me. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is where you end. And if you're willing to work, if you keep the faith, if you treat people well and with respect, and if you fight for your ideals every day, you can do anything. You can be anything. And you know, for a long time, I confessed to a sense of arrogance. I thought this American dream was unique to America, that it was only in America. But I was wrong. Because the dream of freedom, the hope of a better life, the aspiration to an individual is worldwide. It's here in Norway. I think there's a Norwegian dream as well. I think it beats in the breast of every one of you. It's a hope that says, look, yeah, we face challenges. Of course we do. Yes, we have tough political opponents. Of course we do. They're well-meaning. We don't say they're not, but their ideas are just wrong. But we live in Norway. We can make any dream come true. We can dream it. We can make it come true if we work, if we keep the faith, if we fight, and if we hold true to the ideals that animate us. We can do that. Thank you all very much.